Hey guys, it's SmackDown here from the BDF crew on City 30 for the PC side of Mafia City. Uh, what we're going through today, real quick, is we have the new edition of Mercenaries going on. It's just a new thing to this city. Um, I've seen them on the Android side. I was expecting them a little bit later. They kind of surprised me. And the thing about that is that you have to invest, um, in the invest building. Um, in order to expand and be able to go after, hire mercenaries. So you basically have to come into the mercenary side, and you need to, go through this. Now, what I've done is I've kind of fast tracked things like I usually do when I'm testing out a section, or if I'm doing a farm account or something. If I just need specific features, I'll fast track stuff and I'll do like the main. I'll run through the main sections and then kind of just leave these areas empty and then fill them in as I need them. I don't do this in important areas. I just do it in areas that I'm kind of dabbling in. And that's exactly what this was. I found out today that we needed to do it. So I spent some time, and I did some of the general stuff. And now and did some of the side stuff just to kind of fake it out, which allowed me to expand. Um, but obviously, I'm going to have to fill this in at some point. Right now, I'm just trying to get to level 3. Now, the thing I don't like about level 3 is right now I'm pretty broke on everything. I've just been spending a ton of resources on the current weekly crime event that we have going on, and I'm just tapped. So I either need to go have a good kill event, which it is right now. Hopefully, I'll get some good loot out of that, or I just need to figure something out, because right now I'm looking at 900,000 in ammo, and I'm looking at 216,000 in metal. Both of those are pretty high for me right now. I do have a couple of farm accounts, so that can help. And then, of course, like I said, a good kill event, you can obviously make this really easily. But it's a lot of money to spend. Um, Once you do that, you'll have to kind of do the same thing again here. You'll have to run through a couple of these areas. And then right now it looks like this is as far as it goes, which will be the level 4. And again, I mean, 1.8, 1.7 million in metal. I mean, that's going to take you freaking forever to get that. So be prepared to get to that level 4. That's going to be a tough one. I'll have to look on my Android account and see how far they go. You know, I'll have to see, because that one is way ahead of where I am here. That's how I knew how these would work, but I didn't know that we would get them so fast. So that's that. Now the next thing, let's talk about what you actually get for prizes. The prizes are pretty sweet. So this is just a level 2. And a level 2 right now, it's taking me 2 hits. So what I'm doing is I usually have 5 ops to be able to send out. Right now I'm defending 2 clubs, so I only have 3 that I can work with. And what I'll do in this situation is I'll send through. I can afford to send out 3 full units with about 74,000 troops, so they're pretty solid units. But unfortunately, the level 2s are still taking me 2 hits. I can get about 80% off on the first hit, and then the second one, it's requiring me to take a second one. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find, when I'm routing these out, I'm trying to find a level 2. And if I find a level 2, then I'll fire 2 troops at the level 2 immediately, just to get it taken care of. And I'm just going to show you here. We're all kind of competing for the same level, because none of us have really mastered the investing side of it yet, which I'm sure some of us will have pretty shortly here. So I have 2 troops firing at that level 2, which will definitely get it. I'm just looking for a level 1 also, and there's someone's shredder, but I'm not going to touch him, since someone else's. Someone else. Don't ever take someone else's. Someone else's one that they started. Now, the thing that also to know about that is, if someone takes yours, they're actually doing you a favor, because where you really make all your points, or most of the points, on the first hit. Because it's a percentage. It's done by a certain, however much damage. If you get 80% on the first hit, you're getting a certain amount of resources for that. And it's all calculated based on that. So keep that in mind. But again, all I'm doing here is I am firing 2 good size ops up here. Both of them, I think, 75,000 each. And they'll take out the level 2. And the other one I'm sending down here on the solo side, which is going to go down to the level 1. and that won't have any problems either. But I did have to kind of go a little far here because the guys in BDF are just hammering this. We're getting a lot of loot from this. Now, the other nice thing about it is, like I was kind of showing you here, you get really good loot. Personally, we're not doing the copyright here, but personally, this is all good loot. I mean, I saw one in here a minute ago where I got 100. I think it was 100,000. Yeah, 100,000 EXP. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that before on a Street Force. So this is really good stuff. The other nice thing about it, I'm going to delete these just so I can get rid of it. The other nice thing about it is that we also get what's called clan kickbacks. And man, since these came out today, I've gotten at least 100, 120 of these, and these things add up. I mean, they're single 1 minute. They have, usually 40 or 51 minute speed ups. I had something like a couple thousand of those. So, I mean, you can do full on upgrades with just these little side bonuses you get. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and collect these. That's another thing, is you have to collect them every 24 hours, but as long as you're active, you shouldn't have a problem doing that. Once you collect it, you can go ahead and go into your items and just make sure something. Yeah. Now I just have 6 because I've been cracking them open the whole time, but here, I'm just going to show you what's inside of 6 of them. And remember, I've gotten probably about 120 of these in the past 4 hours. Now, it's not always going to be that way, depending on how active the clan is and how many. Basically, we're getting one of these packages per mercenary that the clan knocks out combined. So if you get one, I get one, and Joe gets one, then 3 of us, or all 3 of us, are going to get also one of these packages. So if you open 6 of them, which isn't much, you're basically getting some blueprints. Which these add up into items down here, which there's a lot of different ways to get that. You'll see that as that becomes more popular. You're basically getting 2 minutes of speed ups per package, and you're getting a couple K of resources. So again, not much on you just get one package, not much, but you get 100 to 200 of these a day. It's very good loot, and it adds up. And this is kind of what it looks like when you go down here. Now, I use these occasionally, but when you go down here, where are the speed ups? You're already passing. Look at this right here. Yeah, I guess I used a bunch because I was just doing a ton of stuff. But I mean, look at the speed ups. These things add up. These are a lot of these are from bonuses and from the cemetery event. And I don't buy many of these. There's a few small things that I buy. I might spend $30 a month or $50 a month on certain monthly kind of packages, and if you want to know those, I'll tell you what they are. But and it kind of helps these add up. But really, these little bonuses is what does it, guys. So just keep that rolling. That's going to do it. This is one thing that's annoying too, and I really don't understand this. It seems like 20% of the things that I send out, they disappeared. I don't really understand that. I'm going to ask the GM about that. Try to figure out why I'm wasting time on sending troops out for things that keep disappearing. But have fun, guys, and we'll catch you next time.